And today, no matter what, we will finish. We will finish Doki Doki Literature Club. We're doing that. Rip 1 cute. I will have a refund on 1 cute, please. It is not so cute anymore. As yesterday, I do apologise if you get sick ASMR. I am still recovering from being sick. So I am still coughing. From time to time my throat will go dry in mid-sentence and I will gulp for air and need a drink. And I will have to turn my mic and camera off to sort out my nose a couple times. Sick ASMR on a stream. As always, just for Jeff, I will lean into the mic and be like, I'm dying. So yeah, on with the not so cute. We ended abruptly yesterday so that we could get Moose's stories in. So, it was an abrupt ending yesterday. As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can already grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees, since different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom. Don't worry, the teacher gave us a permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, a worker, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems to so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well have been having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, I wouldn't expect that from you. No, I'd expect that from you. It's due to your personality. What am I saying? I too have to convince people I'm both fun and worthwhile. I read a horror book once. That's the best chat-up line. Just like, find someone and be like, I read a horror book once, by the way. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Well, what? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud, and give that back. Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No? Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. How am I reading this without getting it all wrong? Hey Akbar, how's it going? Are you ready to strap in? Because you're here for the long run today. I'm going to chain you to the channel, Akbar. You're here forever. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this, huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, worker? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. Herbers. I like Herbers. We shall call him Herbers from now on. Also, just because I know Akbar is interested in it, and I know that Cherry talked to Herbals about it. I am gonna sort out a Minecraft server. I've been asleep. If I'm not sleeping, I've been streaming the last couple of days, so I haven't been had a chance to look at it. Cherry did tell me to look at YouTube videos, so I am gonna do that next time I'm awake and not streaming. And as soon as I've got it, I will let people know. I will open it up to you all. We will all play Minecraft together. I will invite people from the Ham fam as well. Like I keep saying it, but Rowan and Corbin basically want to play Minecraft with people. So I am gonna get around to doing that. I was gonna do it this morning when I woke up, but I didn't wake up. As I said, I've only been awake for like an hour longer than the stream's been going. So we'll get there. We are gonna have a Minecraft server for Christmas. So, as I said, we're gonna do it over like the Christmas period, and see how it goes and if it's worth the money to keep it going. No, I haven't done anything Minecraft in years, Jeff. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, worker. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4, and I've been trying really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one before the festival, I'm defenseless against 3 girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is a price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, a worker? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Oh, worker, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. A worker, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress this class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Am I streaming on Thanksgiving and Christmas? I'm probably gonna stream on Thanksgiving, mainly because I'm not American, so Thanksgiving isn't a big deal. I might stream on Christmas because my cousin's home, so like I might stream a little bit on Christmas. I know no one's gonna be around for either of those. I know all of you are gonna be busy on those days. Canadian Thanksgiving was 2 weeks ago, I'm guessing. Yeah, no, I know most people won't be around for those days. But, like, obviously, when you talk about Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving means nothing to me. We don't even have a similar thing in the UK. Like, there is no Thanksgiving in the UK at all. So like, yeah, I might stream on Thanksgiving because, you know... You're Canada. Nice, Brent. Now I need to remember to say Canada even more because there's two of you. Thanksgiving Day in the US, you're available. I think that would be a day when you, like, were at your best. Oh, you're having Thanksgiving before Thanksgiving Day, fair. I can think everyone does their Thanksgiving. It's just not a thing. And if I stream on Christmas, I'm going to basically just stream because there's going to be people around who probably want to watch a stream that are lonely. Probably not any of you guys, but I might pick up some people over Christmas. Wasn't there someone else in here who's from Ontario? There was, wasn't there? Who's from Ontario? Someone said yesterday they were from Ontario, didn't they? Pick up strays on Christmas. That's basically it. Well, like, the thing is, I'm not going to do anything myself. You know? So I might as well stream. Like, there'll be some people, like, just randomly looking through stuff on Christmas on Twitch. Christmas doesn't mean much to me. I don't have kids or anything, so it's just like another day. And it's not even like... There might be a Doctor Who special. I can't remember if there's going to be a Doctor Who special, but there's not even going to be like special stuff on the TV because obviously nothing's happened this year. Hey, Weekend Warrior, how's it going? Welcome to the Ramble Squad, where we sit here and ramble. Your kids are getting older. I lie. If I wanted to, I could go to my sister's for, hey, Solid. I could go to my sister's for Christmas. So if I want to do that, I could do that. So if I'm not streaming, I'll be at my sister's. Just got home with coffee. Nice. Solid, are you from Canada? Are you from the US? You're in the US. Who the hell was it? Now that you said that, I remember that conversation, and I can't for the life of me remember who said it. Fictional. Kids are funny. Yeah, like did I spend Christmas with my sister last year? I don't think I spent it with her last year. I spent it with her the year before. Did I spend it last year? I might. No, I think I spent it at home last year. Your daughter is almost 8. Oh, yeah, my niece, like, Christy. Did Christy go back downstairs? Oh, she's there. Christy, come here. Look into that camera and say hello.
Why?
Because I'm talking about you.
Hi.
You're here. Like, you can see where you are there, Christy.
Okay. Hello. Bye-bye.
Grumpy, she's 11. Look at the camera and say hello, why? But yeah, like, that's the troublemaker that was screaming last night. Who's been punished by having to stay with us over the weekend.
Not a punishment.
Huh?
Not a punishment.
No, I know that.
It's supposed to be one, but I love staying here.
That's... Your youngest turns 11 in Feb. She's been a moody teenager since she was 5. Your sister's name is Christy, isn't it? She's called Christine because my sister named her after Christine Daae in Phantom of the Opera. And then the younger one is called Cordelia after a character in... Is she an angel? Is she in Buffy and Angel? Christy doesn't care what you call her, really. Teen years are coming. Teen accents. She's old. Like, our nan, like mine and my sister's nan, her great-gran, was just such a miserable goat. Like, you loved her, but she was a miserable goat. As soon as she died, it was like her spirit went into Christy. Like, Christy's been an old woman since she was about 5. She's going through I'm a goth because I listen to Avril Lavigne and watch the Friends on TV all the time. That's her thing. The Friend, yeah. I don't know what I was going with, but it's the Friends now. She was wearing a Friends, like, she just loves Friends. I don't get it. I never liked Friends. Her mum likes Friends, that's why she likes it. She likes a lot of stuff like that, though. She's very old before her time. Very much so. You Friends. A joke. A man walked into a club. In a club, there was a girl who liked him very much. They spent some time together, and she liked him even more. One day, the girl realized she was in love with him. Before disaster could happen, a third party intervened with her programming. Suddenly, the girl hated herself for being in love. This contradiction caused the script to derail. The universe started to collapse, but she killed herself just in time. Wow. I think what it was when I was a kid, I didn't mind Friends to begin with, but then it was one of those things in the UK that forever was being repeated. And then it got so popular and I was like, it's not that funny. And I preferred Frasier anyway. Like, I liked Frasier. And I liked English stuff. And I keep saying it, but I had a TV in my room. And I could watch Channel 4, and, well, Channel 4 was where all these shows were, like, they had all the American imports. But I used to stay up and watch Sex and the City, and I loved Sex and the City. You know, I was way too young to be watching it, but I loved Sex and the City. You know, Friends very fast become very, very boring for me, to be honest. Frasier's great, I love Frasier. 4 out of 10 poem doesn't even rhyme. Cunts in the City. We still get Everyone Loves Raymond. Akbar. Channel 4 basically has all the American imports like that. All of them. So even now in the morning they will put on Frasier, Everyone Loves Raymond, King of Queens, everything like that. Molly and Mike, I think it's called. You don't have better shows than us. Channel 4 is just the import channel. You got to remember, once upon a time, the UK only had 5 free TV channels. And most people only had 5 TV channels. So all the comedy went to Channel 4. All American comedy went to Channel 4. And all American dramas went to Channel 5. And then the BBC and ITV produced some of the best quality TV in the world. The episode was about how Sarah Jessica Parker can... Yeah, the women in it were assholes. But I liked it more than I liked Friends. I was also young. I was also a kid, so none of it... Like, it all went over my head. But, I just liked it more than Friends. I've not watched it since I've been an adult. There are. Like, Channel 4 itself makes some of them. Like, Black Mirror was originally a BBC TV show. Not BBC, Channel 4. I'm talking about Channel 4 and then I suddenly go BBC. Like, being brainwashed to believe the BBC do everything. We had Teachers. The Office was originally a British thing. Shameless was originally a British thing. Though I've never heard anyone say that Shameless US was better than the UK one. The BBC just make... The BBC, for everything they've ever done, the BBC still makes some of the best TV. I just got in, and notes of the poll, never seen either. Hey, GB0. No, it wasn't BBC, it was Channel 4. I got it wrong. But yeah, it was a UK TV show first. Like the first 2 series, and then Channel 4 Channel 4 cancelled it and Netflix picked it up. Is it Netflix exclusive now? I don't ramble. How long am I planning on going? I'm going most of the night, to be fair. Going for most of the night. As I said earlier, like, Jeff is only gonna stream Animal Crossing for Halloween for like an hour or so. And he's got to be out of the house before midnight my time. And like, he usually goes live at like 11 PM my time. So he's gonna go super early. So there's no point in me stopping my stream to go to his for an hour or so to watch Animal Crossing and a bunch of people attention seeking to then be like, well, I could have just streamed myself, so I'm going to stream through him. I'm always a cat. Total code, please. That's all his stream's going to be. That is all his stream's going to be. And I know that, like, some people are going out. Like, I know Fictional and Moose are leaving. Jeff will go when he goes because he's got kids and stuff. But I also am well aware that half my viewers will go to watch Jeff. But I'm just gonna stick it out. I'm gonna be brave and I'm gonna stick it out. And this is gonna be the first Jeff stream that I miss all year. I have not missed a Jeff stream. That's not true, actually. I did miss a stream, but that's because he started his stream when I was at work and finished it when I was at work. You're definitely more excited about Doki Doki than AC. So, yeah, like, this is the first one I've intentionally, like, I've been able to watch, and I've said, no, I'm going to stream through it. So, anyone who is going to be around, please, 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 be as active as you can in the chat and keep me company, because I'm going to be, like, shaking. I'm going to be, like, so sad. Yeah, Sean's going to be around when he's finished work. There'll be people. I am. I've put down, like, I don't know when he's going live. I don't know when he's going live. It could be at any point today. He could go live at any point. So I've put down everything that I usually have up to tell me when he's going live, so that I can't see it. And my phone, like, I'm not looking at my phone, it's over here. You gotta unlurk it and then... Oh, thank you, Brent. And I know, like, Cherry said she'll try to be here as well. I'm just... This is no point. I'll get upset. I'll get angry. Because I don't particularly like his Animal Crossing streams at times. Because they're just full of attention seekers. So... What's this yoke about? I could tell you. But that would be giving away stuff. I could read it again in a minute. I do apologise. I ramble here. We are the Ramble Squad. And we do ramble quite a lot. But yeah, after this, I'm planning, if I could get the controller to work properly, I'm planning on maybe playing Medieval. So we might play Medieval. We'll try to find some of my retro horror games and play them. Space Hamster, please come to my town. Dodo Code when? Can I come and give you candy? I don't know if I've seen this poem before. It's kind of on the nose. It is! There's a big Halloween Steam sale right now. I'm not looking at it. Solid, I'm not looking at it. I'm sorry. I am going to get on with the game now. I do apologise. I ramble a lot. Cherry's already said she's going to try to be here. I talked to her last night. I cried at her. I was like, I'm going to stream when Jeff's streaming. Help me. She was like, I'll be there. My wallet really does. It didn't love me last night in Jeff's stream, that's for sure. Right. Question, are we still going with Natsuki? I can't see the deals, they're not there. When you come for the game and stay for the ramble. Natsuki is best. I knew you'd like Natsuki, doofus, I knew it. You missed some stuff, Solid. Natsuki's best girl. So who's my favourite girl so far? Right, I've already played this game through once. I've already played the game through once. So I know what's happening. I know things. I personally think my favourite girl overall is Sayuri. But we've been going with Natsuki this time round. And like I've said before, my first playthrough, I kind of... Because like, because I'm a depressing person anyway, I kind of ended up with Yuri. So it's been fun finding out more about Natsuki. Should we carry on with Natsuki then? I know things. Wow! Did you just compare me to Trump, Akbar? Monica's best girl, but everyone has their own opinion. Yeah! That's the interesting thing about these games, is everyone has their own favourites. So... Cute things. Puppy. Cute. She likes food. Doing good. Ooh, chocolate. Playground? Milk. Pink. Got one with Yuri. Edison wouldn't even steal that idea at hand. Also Tyrion Lannister. I know, that's like the worst thing. He's one of my mods and he just compared me to Donald bloody Trump. Wow, Akbar. Way to maybe demote yourself. Hi again, worker. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back in the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, worker. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. I think lots of people say I know things, Akbar. See you later, Moose. Have fun. Oh, don't worry. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm 31. I can get over having to stream at the same time as a space hamster. Why is it doing this? Bottle, please. I will get Akbar and Sean to clip just how good I am. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki does certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room. Thank you, Monica, for standing in front of the thing. Well done, Monica. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her seat. I'm sorry, a worker. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance.
It wasn't intended to be a joke about how when Trump rambles he doesn't make sense and uses incorrect grammar.
Akbar, I don't care about your excuses. Aren't you meant to be saving your bits for the subathon? Isn't that what you're meant to be doing? You're wasting bits. Telling me that your joke, which was a bad joke, was a joke. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. But wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
You guys have to recommend it to your friends, too!
Thank you for following Just Monica 28. Is it getting closer to Yuri? Is it just the angle? What? Oh! I get what you mean. I don't know. Room tilt. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Fucking Monica. She never bends over enough for me. No, she never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organised if someone else is going to mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books in book boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know the feeling. I get a closer look at the box that she's admiring. Poor Fat Girls. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're going to judge, you could go do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, a worker. Consider this a lesson straight from Don't Judge a Book. Deja vu, anyone? Yes. You missed a lot, Solid. You missed a lot. You missed a lot. And Akbar, yeah, I know all about the stuff in Fall Guys. I just don't play it because I don't have a controller that works very well with it. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Perfect Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoved the book right into my hands. Ah. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colourful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly mo. Give me 1 second. My nose. I need to sort my nose out. Give me a second. I think I'm better. I think I'm better. Hey, Punky, and hey, Izzy again. As I said in the comment, like, sometimes I'll go off camera and turn the mic off quickly, just to blow my nose, and try not to be so blocked up sounding. So, I apologise for that. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easy to be closer together like this. Huh? Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional spaces where she hopes I wouldn't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? Huh? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Huh? Huh? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Can you not rub it in? Jeez. Oh, sorry. Huh. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet. Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitate towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Huh? Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. So, like, I kind of guessed. Well, I know, but, I found my marker, so I didn't go to bed till, like... I saw all of you hanging out, and I was like, do I go and hang out even though I don't have Mario Kart? And then I just decided not to and went to bed instead. I'm kind of sad that I have no idea where my Mario Kart has gone, to be honest. Because people have, like, moved on from Animal Crossing to Mario Kart, and I'm very sad. And I'm talking over a freaky part of the game, because I just turned over to chat. Ashley is sucking something, but I don't think it's from Punky. Got them. I learned the smart steering. At least it's safer in the club room. Said Monica's kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Wow, Hannah. I very much hope that wherever they're going tonight, they're both going to be sexy cactuses together. That is my hope. It's not going to happen, but that is the hope. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you going to keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Moose is gone. You know Moose is gone. I don't know why I'm telling you that. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. It looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah? Suddenly Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey. Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give... She doesn't even finish the sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, worker. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? Right, we have been giving Monica our poem first, every single time. Are we gonna give it to Natsuki first? Are we gonna give it to Yuri first? Where are we going? What are we doing? Oh, you were busy trying to delete Hack's message. Natsuki makes the cutest faces. True, true. I like the, like, blurred out eyes and mouth thing. Very cute. I do have the blurred out eyes. My eyes do look a little darker today, like... It looks like I'm wearing eyeliner or something. Maybe not eyeliner, you know what I mean. My eyes just look very dark. No, I meant cute. Like, look, I got bags under my eyes and I've been sleeping. Look at that. And it's I'm becoming naturally emo. Like, just look at that. And look at all that acne on my neck as well. I don't think it is acne. Not all of it. Some of it's just moles. That's acne. And that's actually because of my scar. I've got a bloody spot on my scar. It's clearly a vampire. I wish something would come and bite me. That's why she's becoming emo. No, don't make me a twinkly vampire. Fluid. You get that work done, Sean. I'm guessing we're going Natsuki. It says Natsuki. There's 4-1. Natsuki. Monika's got nothing. Sean! I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I share mine with her first. Okay, well let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. No, like, I kind of got jealous that I couldn't join in, so I just went to bed and just didn't. If it's on sale for £1.24 or $1.24, get it. It's worth that. It really is. No, Papa is as Sean, spelled S-E-A-N as well. He spelled the real Sean way. Natsuki reads my poem. No, never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monika said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she likes my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monika will make me if I don't. So it's the same thing. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yeah, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but hits you hard, like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humour her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Hi, worker. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'd be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, worker. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. A harmonic in my poem. I like it, a worker. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something that Suki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house. She's in a fussy mood pretty often. But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescence growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know? Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. She's just going through such a hard time. Such a hard time. Such a hard time. They all are. I think that's what I really liked about it, was that they all just ended up being very broken kids. You know? Which is much more realistic. A lot of kids that age would be going through a lot of horrible things. Of course, in reality, a lot of us here know exactly what's actually going on, but character-wise, I like the fact that the characters all had actual, like, proper sad stories that you could kind of, in some ways, relate to. Which is also why it made it such a dangerous game for people who are triggered easily. Obviously, triggered easily. That sounds really mean. I don't mean it like that, but you know what I mean. Like, it's way too relatable for some people, which is why it caused so many problems when it came out. That's what I meant to say. Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes could no longer see colour. Are there others in the room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Yeah. Like... It's hard to say without coming across as being, like, rude to it. Like, because I'm the same. Like, whilst it doesn't trigger me in the way it did other people, obviously. I've said that before. Like, it did trigger me a little bit because it's very close to the bone, a lot of it. And if you've ever gone through anything that any of these kids have gone through, it can bring up some bad memories and give you some bad times. But I also like things like that because I like things that actually make other people think. Like we talked yesterday that for Solid, who's missed a lot of it, there was a talk of depression in the last bit that we did, and it was very, very realistic. It was, it was a perfect description of depression, and again, most people only played because it was a horror game. Oh, you were here for that bit, yeah. So like, like, the game has a lot of merit to it. It just so happened that a lot of people who would want to play it possibly aren't the people that should be playing it. You gotta see a kid who I haven't seen in person for... Oh, that's nice, Punky. I'm happy to hear that. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gone pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. So sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay, this is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guessed that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice there's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognise in new writers is that they try to make the style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and then they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki could be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri was apologising to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Huh? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Worker. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all, but remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. It's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. I forgot to start speaking mood. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language, did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and her worker did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Ugh. And a worker liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that a worker appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ugh. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as the worker started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wanna-be edgy bitch. Edgy? Sorry, that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute. The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Well, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let a worker hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing here. A worker, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true, she started it. We have to pick someone! We're gonna have to go with Natsuki, don't we? Like... This is normal. This is completely normal. We've got to go with Natsuki. Natsuki was a dick, though. Pick. They were both dicks. They were both dicks. I'll wait for the poll. This bit of the music, by the way, that's just like Sonic drowning music. Nightmare fuel. Everyone's going with Natsuki. Yuri's not going to pull that back. Oh. Oh. Hello, Monica. She wasn't bending. Hey, worker. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Haha, some person than I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk and her palms on her forehead. Yuri, I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. A worker, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. Yeah, you can go first, Monica. I like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take the responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with a worker. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate... So very normal. Oh. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, a worker. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki's reading a manga at a desk, and surprisingly Monica isn't here yet. Suddenly Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologise. Nothing like this has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologised. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems, but whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I'd already decided that there's no way you could be a bad person, and now that you're apologising, I know you really didn't mean it. A worker, don't say those kind of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person, and I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around, and, sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monica? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri's clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Geez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday, I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But... I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey! Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry I'm super late. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah, well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still? That must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed. Well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Monica looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, a worker. Monica bends over and smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry, I was hoping I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. A worker, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend time together today. I mean, in the club. I suppose so. I don't think I could say no to you after you gave that book to me. Well, I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday, she's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over here. Nothing creepy's happening, guys. Nothing creepy at all. Oh. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Give me a second, guys. Oh, sunshine and rainbows in Run 2. This is true. Talk amongst yourself for a second. I'll be back. Right, back. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's just this religious camp. It's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the faculty gets even worse. And they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of... It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark term came from nowhere. Ah, are you not a fan of that sort of thing, a worker? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway, then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologise. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets something. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it. Right? Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. Dismemberment, poggers. You hope they actually do the game. Wait a minute, let me just get my leg up for a second. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I can just, in a corner of my eye, like, all I can see is my chin. Does someone want to swap their face with me? That would be nice. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulders as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realise that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. So sorry. I was just bathing in the feeling of... Thank you, Doofus. We shall trade faces. Yuri, you really apologise a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Haha. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. No, that would be interesting. That would be really interesting. I really want a game based on that. That without sounding really weird, that actually sounds like a super interesting game. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes the left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we huddle even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Eh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking, the way she second guesses things, she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. So sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Then never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts a hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? A worker? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does that sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I would be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. Fair enough, you're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed that you were spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend time with. After all, I was taught never to expect anything from anybody, so it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. Someone tell us what we've learned from this. What are we learning from this? What a poem. Very cute. My password! Everyone memorize this. You can log into Brent's account. I'm sure the Lord of the Rings is stuck in there somewhere. That looks a bit like Bilbo. T3 BLB IBZ B3 VYLFROAX JK. I'm guessing that's a LEV 5ZQ equal SSBJY W4GZM VLBC BOAGU GD GVUZGV YBM VZ PJ. There's Gimli! And if you can't see what we're learning, I'm not explaining it to you. Do you want me to carry on reading it to you guys? Are you enjoying me reading this gobbledygook to you? Yes, poggers. So inspiring. Alright, I'll continue. CYB VZ IBO ZX LGC 2TP BIBOA HJ VD WDOL HRO ZSB RBM LM ZS WG YX MGA WYGA XQ GD 2VY ZSBHBIBLE Bible HR LBN MPB 24GB 24 gigabytes 2Y 2B XKJC 2VUC 2UG B2Y GD G9 LY2 GULEL5. That might be a 1 actually. I'm going to continue with L though. GJVZHK GBM VHCM X5 IGN VBN CIB HN LCY 4G 5GH LCM UNCUBZB 2 LLD GH PBMCGA W5 JCM VKA WJ CES CSESBM Y WLUD CWG CGVLC CBK B3DUL CBO AGFO LHN JCM VHB XMG DG8 GCM VZA XNOIHR OAXMGDW5JB 250 SM 250 centimeters and 9S BGF IB GU GC GX LYXN LCM UU LEJLD CBJIG NH BIB HB HJLY WR 51HR LBGWGD GHHD CBJJ20G. Excuse me, doofus, excuse me. She's taking a mick out of me. YMV PB MC GC HV CA GVK LG92ZXL GDGH LLGVK C2UULEKG Y2F UJ3QULI5J LGNHBIDOLHNO L3AGBXLZZWXMLG equal. What did I say on line 4? I think it was FUCK. Yeah! We read poem read. I hope you're all happy. I read that. A worker, why didn't you come round? Why didn't you come read with me today? I was waiting for you. I was waiting for a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? Do you like Yuri more? I think you're better off not associating with her. Are you listening to me? Yuri is a sick freak. That should be obvious by now. So just play with me instead, okay? You don't hate me, a worker, do you? Do you hate me? Do you want to make me go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it, please. Just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. It's all I have. Play with me. Play with me. We went from reading a very nice poem to creepy stuff. Monica. Always Monica. Hi, get a worker. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad, I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I'll give my poem to Monica. Alright, great job, worker. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Haha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know what? You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. No, not really. Just Natsuki breaking her own neck. Nothing else happened. Not that important. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologise. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. The colours they won't. Bright, beautiful, the flat, piercing red, green, blue, and an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise it won't stop. Violent, grating, with king, screech, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a knife on a breathing ribcage, in the endless PM of Numericus. Delete her. So Kato. Nice poem! Well done, Monica. You've gone up in the world. Just bend over a little bit more. That's all we want from you. That's all you need to do. The other poem made more sense. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing difficult decisions. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I like just holding it. I mean, the poem turned out good. It's, well, there are some things that you could work on, but that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure. That came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. Oh my god. Give me a second. I need to turn my screen so I can read this properly. This is gonna be hard. Give me time. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a dog ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time, devouring snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God disapproving the existence of God, a wheel rotating 6 dimensions, 40 gears and a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time. A bolthead of holy stakes, tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. A time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox, breathing bolthead, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. Exactly. Get a grip, Yuri. Write a poem. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes, so I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I am okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. I don't want the poem. Another special poem. Is that my special poem? Is this, like, just Monica blocks? I don't know how to clap in BTTV. I'm not sure either, because I've got Streamlabs open, and BTTV doesn't work in Streamlabs. A Monica poem. Oh. Oh, with Sayuri's face. Ew, we got a bit of Sayuri's face. Is that Sayuri? Or is that... actually... Who is that? It is Sayuri. Get over my cursor, Sayuri. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone can come sit at the front of the room... Oh, she's gone, thankfully. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? And how is your neck back to normal, girl? Hey, Killiam! It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little bit more lively ever since the worker joined, and we started with some club activities, but this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know? What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything is noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place? The Literature Club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, a worker? Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of a worker to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until a worker joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And a worker isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and the worker want to get more members too, right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation, no. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way as I did? But that doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. A worker, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, that's not really something I could be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is that crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in a club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No, worker. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. Welcome back, Punky. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now, and I'm just happy with you here, but still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. Guys, I don't think Yuri's okay. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make a decision that's right for the club. But what about you, a worker? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. I decided giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing for everyone is to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own quantities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. Are you okay, Yuri? You might want to check out your eye, mate. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you would like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright, well maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey, Yuri, I know things are a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president, and also a wonderful friend. Monica, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever, okay? Me too, yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay, I look forward to it. Shall we go, a worker? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with a worker before we leave, just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay, I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew, things have been a little hectic lately, haven't they? Worker, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you, you know. I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything. And Yuri being a little bit, you know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird, because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gone to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple of days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. They're just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand. So that's why... Wait, not yet. No! Yeah, right. I kind of want to know what our character looks like. I want to know what, like... I want to know more. Tell me more, game. Oh, charm. Please, card. I never noticed. They actually kind of look down, don't they? See you in a bit, Solid. Get those donuts. I am jealous. I wish I had donuts. 1 out of 20. Hiya, worker. I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I bought my best tea today. Monica, I told you not to. Is she really late again? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling? That's why I rate this game. What are you talking about? You say that like I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's going into you lately? Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. So, Natsuki, nobody cares. Why don't you go look for some coins under the vending machines or something? Huh? Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah, haha. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival too. Anyway, a worker, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans today. Is that so, Yuri? That's correct. A worker's already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monica? I suppose. I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Yes! Thank you for understanding, Monica. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. No, that's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. Ha 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 ha. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. Right, before we continue, I'm gonna blow my nose again. Sorry, I got semi-distracted by drama. Drama. It sounds like breathing. Right, Fictional did put up the, Doki Doki warning. I too can't remember how graphic this is, but this is another thing that might be triggering, so just be careful. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Kya? Nah, I think it's just weird. I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Oraka, do you like oolong tea? Yeah, anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? The game is frozen. Oh, wait. Let me just restart this. I was letting it show. Is that working now? It's working on my preview now. Sorry about that, guys. You missed the weird thing. I'm sorry. And you noticed, I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you who's around anyway. Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me at work. It's very endearing. That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. Yeah, no, like, all we got, before this was it rewound in time. Like, you saw a flash or something and then it rewound time and we ended up back in the classroom. I think I saw a mod with pictures. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Oh, work, I have another quest. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realise. No worries. I just had back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's mostly most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes. I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it will go well with the tea. You and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand, thus not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading it from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. but that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. A worker. So sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't... A worker. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. She meant her boobs! Yes! Yes! For any guy in the chat, if you've got big boobs, they come with a bad back. Trust me on that. A worker. My heart won't stop pounding, a worker. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, a worker? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Please stop looking at me. I don't want you to look at me. You're a little bit creepy, Yuri. Can you stop looking at me? Big boobies equal bad back. Jeff sounds like he has experience with big boobies equal bad back. Yuri, stop looking at me, please. Stop breathing at me as well. It's time to share poems. Thank you, Monica. Monica saved me. No, Natsuki. I want to talk to Natsuki. This one's alright. Alright? Well, yeah, about as good as yesterday's anyway. I still can't really tell how much you actually care about writing, but either way, you're doing alright. Even though you're not really spending time with anyone but Yuri, I still think it's nice to have activities we all participate in, so you better keep working hard. I mean, I know I'm not president or vice president or anything, but that doesn't mean you can let me down, okay? So at least read mine too for now. But just to be clear, this poem means a lot to me, so read it carefully, okay? I like boobies. I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean, but she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive, things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her, but if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so helpless. So please see if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monica, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she wants us to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now, and that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. Nice poem! I like that poem. That poem is the second best poem behind BRGH1LDQRSDY. Good poems all round. Oh no. I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, a worker? If you would just spend more time with Monica, all these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. 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 Who needs anything else? We just need Monica. I'm gonna go with Yuri. Fuck Monica. Finally. Yuri holds my poem to her face and takes a deep breath. I love it. I love everything about it. At work, I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it, please? Sure, I don't care. You're too nice to me, worker. I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. No, not really, but I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not bad, right? Yuri holds my poem to her chest. I'm going to take this home with me and keep it in my room. I hope that makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it. I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. Alright, Yuri, too much information. I'll give myself paper cuts so your skin oil enters my bloodstream. Whatever floats your boat, lady. You can have my poem too. Besides, after you read it, I know you're really going to want to keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it. The blood smears just add. Is that coffee stain? I really hope that's a coffee stain. I like how the blood just like stays in place. I like the pee stain. Touching themselves, you say? Yeah, Sean and Jeff both come out of lurking for touching themselves. Do you like it? I wrote it for you. In case you couldn't tell, the poem is about... More importantly, I've endowed it with my scent. Oh, she did pee on it. See, I'm the most thoughtful person in the club. I know I shouldn't laugh, but it's just like... It's just... Here, I'm going to be really romantic. Here's a bit of paper soaked in my pee. Will you please date me? I'm doing my dating... This is why I don't have a sugar daddy. My dating game is so lost. Pee-soaked poems of gibberish. That's what I need. Hey, WASD gamer man. How's it going, buddy? I'm not peeing on enough sheets of paper. Well, I'll do that after stream, I promise. I think I'm going to vomit. You might want to, mate. I don't have my poem anymore. Oh, worker, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I don't want you to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you, which shouldn't be a problem in itself. But when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Just stand there looking cheerful, Monica. Maybe you can find her. Isn't that kind of messed up? She's even brings a different one to school every day, like she's a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. Yuri teaching us how to date. She sure is. Pea-soaked poems for everyone for Christmas. Kim, haven't you been here for a while? I'm sure I said hello to you when you returned. I clapped to rejoice. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. What? I'm not saying it's your fault though, but I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. Wow! No! Very subtle. Oh, just finished lunch. Well, welcome back, Cullen. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my club members. Anyway, I guess we won't worry about your poem. Yuri should have at least had the courtesy of letting you finish sharing it before taking it. Well, whatever. If it makes her happy, I won't stop her. As for mine, I worked really, really hard on this poem, so I hope that it's effective. Here goes. Jeez, that really startled me. Well, I guess I kind of messed up writing this poem. I was just trying to... Never mind. Let's just move on. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Okay, everyone. It's time to figure out the festival preparations. Let's hurry and get this over with. Stagnating air is a common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Look, can we just get this done? I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Natsuki, thank you very much. You can make the cupcakes. I know you're at least good at that. Yuri, you can... Well, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want as long as you think it'll help. Monica, I'm not useless, you know. I know that. I already know what I'd like to do. We can't run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere for the occasion. Right, I'm going to stop this recording and I'm going to quickly go on a break so that I can eat my food. Because I've got food. So, recording stopped.